come Emmanuel.
Now for something completely different. We are not cooking today. I think the next 3 or 4 videos may not be cooking because today we're gonna film setting up my Advent wreath. We haven't decorated for Christmas yet because we're Catholic and we're trying to not decorate as close as we can to the actual day of Christmas. And so that's all the preaching I want to do about that. But just in case you're wondering why when you look around my house it's not decorated, you know, we're just trying to do something different this year. Normally we like decorate it December 1st or as soon as Halloween's over, one of the two. In my Advent wreath, you have to have a sequence. This week is the first week of Advent, and so I'm a little late with this. Mostly because I've been dreading like cleaning these things. And I asked ChatGPT the best way to do it. This one symbolizes the first week of Advent, and then this is the second week of Advent, and then this is the third week of Advent. As you can see, there's 3 here, there's 2 here, and then this is the 4th week of Advent. So there will be 4 candles here. I got a lot of wax in here, and so I asked ChatGPT what method would be best. What's the best way to get wax out of crystals? And they ask to put it in the freezer for about an hour. And the theory is that it will freeze and contract the wax solid and it should fall out. After that, wash it, get the residual wax off with WD-40, and then you wash it in soapy water. This is an experiment for me, so we're gonna see what happens with it. So I've got some coffee filters here. I'm gonna put this one in the freezer like that, and then these 2 in the freezer. They say it's the most gentle way to clean it off of crystal because there's a sensitive nature to it. So I'm gonna lay these in the freezer, and then I'm gonna be back with these in a second because the second method is with a hair dryer. So why don't I go ahead and, no, I'll be back. The next method is a little noisy, but it's with a hair dryer. So there's wax on here. I'm gonna lay them both down flat because I don't want the wax like running all over the rest of the candle holder. So hopefully the wax will, you know, run off here. We're gonna set us up a little different here so we can get a closer shot in on this if it starts working. You know, you never know, it might. So these candle holders for my Advent wreath or Advent tablescape is going to be week 2 and week 3. These are, I'm pretty sure glass, pretty sure not crystal, or they're crystal glass. I'm going to try this method to see if it comes off faster and easier. So what we're going to do is take this hair dryer and I'm going to try to melt the wax off. Okay, so I got you tighter in, and so we're going to use a hair dryer to try to melt this wax off. We'll see if it works. Don't worry, I'll edit the sound out. It's going to be offensive. So I can definitely see it starting to melt. It's definitely coming off. That took about 2 minutes, maybe 1.5 minutes. So I'm gonna continue to work on this, and I'll be back and I'll tell you exactly how long it took. I noticed that it came off pretty well, but what the trouble I'm having is that each section, the wax the wax re-solidifies, like if I switch to a different candle holder. It's wanting to re-solidify. I mean, all in all, that looks really good. Let me see what I would say the hairdryer method 100% works. It looks wonderful. And I'm not even going to need the WD-40. I forgot to tell you how long this took. This one took about 3 minutes. I'm not kidding. And this one took about 5 to 8. It's got like some intricate detail on here, but they look really kind of good, all things considered. Huge pros with this method. I used to like put them in like a big bucket and pour hot water on it, and it was just a big mess. And this is relatively contained except for one thing. I don't know if you can see, but there's like little wax pieces that blew all over my island. I'm going to take a bench scraper. I'll show you. Take a bench scraper. I should have had that out. This is a bench scraper. What you do is just move all the wax. You don't even have to scrape hard. You know, it'll move right off. There we go. It just came right off. So this is much easier. Definitely do it this way. But the next part of the video will be, you know, how well the freezer method worked. And I'm thinking it's probably not going to work as good as this one because this was a snap. It's been 45 minutes. So let's see what happens. Okay, so, oh, is it coming off? No, it's not. Oh, that is. Okay. Coming out. Oh, yay! So that one come out. And now let's see if I can get the rest of them out. Oh, it comes right out. There's that one. That one came right out. Okay. That one came right out. And that one came right out. But I don't know if you can see all of this extra wax on the outside. So I'm not going to say this method is a fail too much. I'm going to say this method is good if you have a candlestick that doesn't have a lot of, just like this one single one, right? So this looks kind of good. Like I can pick off a lot of wax, but see that right there is stuck on. So like I can't get it off. So what this says to me is if you got like a candlestick that's crystal and it's just one, and maybe it's got some wax that's dripping down the side and some stuck in the bottom, I think that would be a good method. But in terms of comprehensive like wax removal, this is not it. So what I got to do now is I got to wait for these to come to room temperature before I use the hairdryer. All in all, this project took about an hour, and because I had these other ones in the freezer while I was cleaning the other ones. This season of Advent is a time of preparation, and I feel like I'm really preparing by doing this. So it is, you know, it's a chore, but I mean, I'm so rewarded. They're so beautiful. We got these in Saugus, California. We lived there about 3 or 4 years ago. We actually lived in Santa Clarita Valley, but Saugus is included in that. And these were from an antique shop from there. I just went in there wanting to find something to make a pretty Advent wreath, and I came up with this concept. So that's a preamble to tell you that I hate this next step. It's just, I hope that I've learned some skills about how to fix candlesticks into a candle holder. And so I'm going to show you. This is for the first Sunday in Advent. I got this Bic lighter. What we're going to do is we're going to heat up all around and make sure that the wax drips into the cup pretty far down. But we're going to spend a good, I don't know, 30, 40 seconds making sure that this little end here is pretty soft. Okay. And we're going to try in a few seconds to put this in here, and hopefully it will stay. There we go. That one stuck. So I'm going to put this over here so I have more room to work. Same situation. Make sure the drip goes into the cup of the candelabra, and make sure you melt the bottom pretty soft. Hold it in there. Let it cool. And then you do this same thing for every single cup in the candelabra. So here are the symbolisms for hope is the first week that we light a candle for. Peace is the second week we light a candle for. Joy, hence the light pink candles, what we celebrate for the third week of Advent. And the fourth week of Advent is love. I'm going to set up my Advent wreath tablescape. I came up with this idea because I felt like the Advent wreath should have a bigger space in our house. And so that wound up being not a wreath, but a table runner. So what I have here is we just bought this from Hobby Lobby. It's a nice little snowflake table runner. And then we'll get my candles. Since someone's going to be eating here, I'm going to start it somewhere around here. So that's the first candle, second candle, third candle, fourth candle. So keeping in mind that someone's going to be eating here too. So eventually for Christmas dinner. Sort of alternate these. Yeah. So I think I want them a little bit closer together. That looks pretty good. And so I just have like leftover greenery from like Christmas trees and wreaths that didn't work out. So I'm just going to go ahead and start placing it here and there. Because the ideal, or the idea around this is it's supposed to be centered. These candles are supposed to be centered around a wreath, right? So I'm just going to go ahead and try to get the greenery involved. That's it for the spruce. So we're just going to go ahead and pile this up between everybody. This part's not really going to matter so much. Now, this one, for some reason, we're not going to use. Well, I mean, we can do it like just for volume, you know. And then I've got some picks. Not supposed to be decorating for Christmas, Father Revick, but we're not doing that. We're just setting up an Advent wreath. Do. Really sort of free form. I don't have a lot of these, so I might put one here. Feels very Christmas. So I'll put one here at the beginning. And then I got a little bitty ribbon that I don't have anymore. So there we are. That's our Advent tablescape, table runner wreath thing. Let me go ahead and light the first candle for y'all.